minute of every day, somewhere in Australia, a human life hangs by a thread. A patient lies in a hospital, losing blood. If he loses too much blood, he will die. Constantly, either from accident, disease, serious illness, or childbirth, a patient is undergoing major surgery. The patient will need blood to keep life flowing on its ordered way. There is no such thing as a substitute for blood, and it cannot be produced artificially. In the normal routine of hospital work, 1 pint of blood is being used every 10 minutes. Where does this come from? Last year, the Australian Red Cross Society collected 332,000 pints of blood, all from voluntary donors. Most of it in modern Red Cross blood banks such as this. Anyone in good health between the ages of 18 and 55 and weighing over 7.5 stone can give blood. The average adult has 10 to 12 pints of blood in his body and can quite happily donate a pint for transfusion to a fellow human being. When a donor calls at the center, a tiny drop of blood is taken for testing and a blood pressure test taken to ensure that the donor is in good health. The actual blood taking itself is brief, simple, painless, and not harmful to health. The donor rests comfortably as the required amount of blood passes into a bottle. After the donation has been given, the donors have a brief rest and a little refreshment. Then they are able to leave the center and return to their work or home. The Red Cross Blood Transfusion Service has centers in all major cities and also mobile blood collecting units for the suburbs and country areas. The Red Cross blood banks ensure an ever-ready free supply of blood and blood products throughout Australia. But more regular donors are needed. There is no such thing as a substitute for blood. Blood cannot be produced artificially. You can find the address of your nearest blood transfusion service in the telephone directory. Become a blood donor. Your blood is needed to save lives. $2 and a little time. That's your qualification for membership of the Red Cross. An annual subscription of $2 and the will to give regularly a little of your time to the service of humanity. That will make you one of the 93 million adult voluntary workers, or one of the 59 million junior voluntary workers, who carry out the work of Red Cross with pride and efficiency throughout the world. The Australian Red Cross Society functions largely through the direct efforts of thousands of voluntary working members throughout the Commonwealth, Papua, and New Guinea. They provide help, hope, and relief of suffering to vast numbers of people throughout our widespread community of over 3 million square miles. Many have their own homes to run, but they find time to help those in need of assistance and companionship. The Society has ever-increasing responsibilities, and hundreds of new voluntary workers, trained and untrained, are wanted each year. The work varies from district to district. Hospital visitors help patients with their errands, their correspondence, and their craft work. Red Cross handcrafts departments help to sell goods made by disabled ex-servicemen and women. And of course, volunteers are always wanted for fundraising. The Red Cross library section needs assistance not only to collect and distribute books, but to sort and repair books too. Then there is clothing to be collected and sorted for distribution through welfare departments or to Australian disaster relief areas. And clothing and bedspreads to be knitted and sewn for the needy. For the blood transfusion services, there are blood donor panels to be organized, assistance needed at bleeding sessions, blood to be dispatched, assistance for mobile units, and help with X-ray units and vaccine injection sessions. They are only a few of the services provided by Red Cross voluntary workers. There are the hospital and Red Cross canteens to staff, the medical loan depots to run, the Missing Persons Bureau, which reunites families and friends, the elderly homebound people to visit, the blind, baby health centres. I could go on and on. First aid, home nursing, and other skills can be taught by the Red Cross to those who wish to learn. But trained or untrained, male or female, young or old, the Red Cross needs more and more voluntary workers. To become a branch member and a voluntary worker is so easy. All the Red Cross asks is an annual subscription of 2 shillings and a little of your time given regularly in the service of humanity. Can you spare 2 shillings and a little of your time? Help comes in different guises to different people. To some, help must come on wheels. These are the men, women and children who are ill or handicapped, and who must, every day, travel from their homes to seek the treatment they need. Many are too handicapped to take public transport. Many are too poor to take taxis. This is where the Red Cross Transport section comes into action. Every day, drivers are needed to man the Red Cross cars and buses that will ferry the sick and needy back and forth from hospital, that will take physically handicapped ex-servicemen to their handcraft center, take blind, deaf and spastic children to school, take long-term hospital patients on outings, deliver urgently needed blood from the blood bank to hospitals, take meals to elderly and needy folk as part of the Red Cross Meals on Wheels service. That's just a sample of the help on wheels provided by the Red Cross. Since 1939, these Red Cross cars, trucks and buses have chalked up more than 7 million miles on the road. All these vehicles are driven by voluntary workers who regularly give their time to help the sick and needy. To keep this service going and to take help to even more people, more volunteer drivers are wanted. All day long, requests pour into the headquarters of the Red Cross Transport Service. A hospital has a patient who cannot get home. A sick person must be collected from the airport. A private hospital needs blood from the blood bank. These are calls that must be answered. The vehicles are ready, but more drivers are needed. It's interesting work. It's satisfying work. If you can drive, and if you can spare a few hours regularly, then you can become a Red Cross voluntary driver, taking help on wheels to those who need it. If you wish to help, contact the Red Cross Society and tell them that you wish to become a Red Cross voluntary driver.